While some veterans might make it back from war, many come home to a whole new battle. Mental health issues, substance abuse problems, and even suicide. Tonight, you'll meet a veteran who continues his fight with the help of community and camaraderie. Here's Hometown Veterans honoring our heroes.
Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Riddle. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jeff Taylor.
It's a small town in a small room, but big things are happening here in Rocky Mount, Virginia. A group of close buds sit around the table talking about all things Appalachia. But that's not why our cameras are here. We're here for the man behind the mic, Billy Riddle, a kid who grew up in Franklin County but fought for his country in Iraq. But the story of how he got there is different than most.
I just picked up a brochure one day. I was just, bored, and I was in college, and I thought, well, why not try something a little different?
And just like that, Riddle went from a defensive lineman at Emory and Henry College to a United States Army National Guardsman in the 1032nd Transportation Unit out of Gate City, Virginia. 1 month after signing his contract,
I get a bang on my door by one of my buddies. He said, y'all boys wake up. He said, you're going to war. And I was, what in the world are you talking about? And he said, turn on the TV. And there was the first bird, the building burning. And shortly thereafter, the plane hit the second one. I was like, well, hell, he might be right.
Riddle spent 1 year in Iraq escorting supplies.
Did all your buddies make it home?
Oddly enough, yes. Every single last one of them, which was insane given the amount of time we spent outside the wire. And given the fact that we weren't, your 82nd Airborne clean cut who 18 to 21-year-old super soldiers. We were a bunch of ragtag National Guard guys from 18 or 19 to 55 or 60 years old, out of shape, drinking beer. No idea what we were doing over there or why we were there.
Even though he and his battle buddies made it out of Iraq, coming back ended up being a much tougher fight. Riddle said many came home only to battle suicide, mental health, and substance abuse problems.
You're essentially dumping these people right back out into a world that they haven't been at for a year. They never transition back. That camaraderie you have over there, they miss it so much that that I don't know, they'll torture themselves to death, trying to find a way to get it again. You go over there and battle all that kind of stuff and come here where it's kind of peaceful and break down. Being a part of it, it was a big community thing.
Community. That's been key for Riddle. Except this time, he has stepped off the battlefield in Iraq and onto a platform with some of his best friends. It's called the Appalachian Podcast.
Coach Cleve Adams, welcome to the Appalachian Podcast.
On this day, Riddle is interviewing the head football coach for Ferrum College.
We've talked to local authors, historians. We've had a CMA-nominated singer and artist come on to the show, so you can come on and listen to music. We have a racing legend, Satch Worley, from right down the road here in Franklin County or Rocky Mount. And a couple weeks ago, we had Bobby Labonte, Winston Cup champion, Hermie Sadler, former NASCAR driver, Senator Bill Stanley, Chris Williams, a Smart Tour director. A hockey player we had last week, Travis Armstrong for the Rail Yard Dogs.
In his home, you'll find a degree in political science, a wife and 2 kids, and military memorabilia. Why do you think your life was spared?
It's pretty clear to me. It's my family. It's my kids. It's leaving behind a legacy.
And whether it's on a military base or in a podcast, Riddle thrives on a tight-knit community. And thank you, Billy Riddle, for your service to our country in your time with Operation Iraqi Freedom. We definitely are appreciative. I do want to say, Brent, the Appalachian Podcast, I was able to check it out. So they started about 6 months ago. And as he said, it's him and some buddies he grew up with, played football with one of them. But they started the podcast not even 6 months ago, and they've already had about 7,000 downloads with the podcast. So they're averaging about 400 to 500 downloads per week.
That's really good. Such a tight-knit community, too, so there's a lot of support, you can tell.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they get in there and they start talking, and there you go.
Nice.